Good morning, Captain General Menendez.
Buenos dias.
I understand this vessel is very similar to your vessel, the San Pelayo.
Yes, very similar indeed, in not only its shape, but also how it is operated.
Yes, and this is about 170 feet long, and yours was?
Mine was about the same length. It was a little wider, just a little longer. It held about 100 tons more cargo.
I see. And what kind of cargo did you bring for such a long voyage?
Well, we needed cargo and supplies for the voyage, but we also needed to plan ahead for the type of supplies we would need here to build the colony once we arrived.
Well, exactly. So there must be some of everything, some seeds, some livestock?
Yes, we brought horses, cows, pigs, chickens. We brought cured meat, we brought seeds of every type, we brought grains of flour so that we could make different types of bread, we brought corn, we brought potatoes, things that we could plant in the ground once we arrived here to sustain ourselves.
And then when you finally got here, what did you think of this lovely water?
Well, the waters here are world famous for not only their serenity, but their purity. In fact, this was known for many years as the Bay of Dolphins. This was a perfect spot for me to build a settlement that we could easily defend.
And St. Augustine is our oldest city.
It is the oldest city because this was the first settlement that we began, September 8, 1565.
Captain General Menendez, this ship is so large. How did you get it into this inlet?
Well, you're correct. And my ship was a little larger than this one, so you can imagine it would have been very difficult. So difficult, in fact, that we didn't even try it. This ship was anchored offshore, and small boats, about 20 to 30 feet long, were used to ferry supplies back and forth between the ship and shore. And that way, we were able to unload most of the cargo from the San Pelayo.
Oh my goodness, so there are just lots and lots of trips back and forth to ferry the goods. The livestock?
Absolutely.
The people?
The people. The important thing was to get the people off first, then to start to unload the supplies, because you want as many people helping you as possible to unload the ship as quickly as possible.
It sounds terribly exciting.
It was. It was also terribly difficult and time-consuming. It required a lot of coordination.
Yes, and of course, I guess your navigation was done by the stars. With the help of the stars?
Navigation was done by the stars. It was also done by the sun. All of the navigation was done celestially. The compasses didn't work well on ships. We'd known that for over 100 years. Because of the shifting and moving of the deck, we had trouble maintaining longitude, but we were quite capable at measuring latitude.
Now I've noticed a few cannons around.
Yes, there are 12 cannons on board.
Some are below?
Some are below decks on the main gun deck, and we have some here on the weather deck. They are used to defend the ship against boarding or attack. This is not a warship. This is a cargo ship, a merchant ship. But it must have guns to protect itself because, you know, those pesky pirates, French corsairs and English privateers, infest these waters.
Yes. Now, if you're arriving close to shore and you are in friendly waters, is there a way to signal that you're arriving?
Actually, that is what the cannons are used for. Cannons are used, 2 shots signal your arrival. If there is a battery on land, they will give you a signal shot. That's when you drop anchor and you wait for the harbor master to come out and inspect your ship to make sure that you are who you say you are, and even if you are who you say you are, to make sure that you are not carrying a bunch of pirates down in your hold who are forcing you to come into the harbor. A bit of a Trojan horse.
Kind of a security check thing.
Exactly.
Now tell me about these fabulous sails. I would like to stand here and, you know, imagine what it's like to be under full sail.
Well, under sail, we have a forward motion of about 7 knots on average, which is very good for a vessel of this size. Now under sail, it requires a lot of men to bring the sails down, to put the sails up. You notice all the lines running from the sails. Some of the lines are running rigging, meaning that they move, but a lot of the lines are standing rigging, meaning that they don't move. Altogether, there are over 20 kilometers of line on this vessel. That works out to over 3 miles.
And how do you change the sails?
It requires a lot of teamwork to be able to efficiently raise and lower the sails.
About how many people does it take then?
It takes at least 15 sailors for one sail.
Really? Oh my goodness.
And it takes about a half an hour to pull them up and about 20 minutes to pull them down.
Well, I'm just so impressed.
It's an amazing vessel.
It's quite lovely. Thank you very much. And if you would be kind enough, I'd like to see some of the interior,
Of course.
perhaps.
I'll take you on the Captain General's private tour.
Muchas gracias.
De nada, un placer.